Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another episode of Out of the Park Baseball 24 with the Chicago Cubs. I actually just simmed ahead to the end of the regular season because we had run away and hid with the NL Central, so there was no real mystery as to what was going to happen. 18 games ahead of Cincinnati and St. Louis. Best record in baseball, finished 102 and 60. Suffered a couple of injuries down the stretch, which could potentially hurt us in the postseason. Sean Burke and Corbin Burns. Burke we picked up in July, and he was lights out. He was absolutely lights out for us. One earned run in 23 and 2/3 innings for Burke. We lost him to a torn labrum, so he's out for the year. And then we lost Corbin Burns as well with elbow inflammation. We get him back in a week or two. But he'll likely miss, if it's closer to 2 weeks, he misses that first round of the playoffs. If it's less, if it's closer to the week, we should get him back. Yeah, we ended up 102 and 60. We look at our offense. Mike Campbell put up 5.6 WAR. He had his best offensive season with a 743 OPS. Drove in 63 runs. Was really, really good. Elite, just absolutely elite defensively. 19.1 zone rating, efficiency of 1.1. He was great. He was fantastic. Michael Torres, bit of a down season with the bat. He hit 343 a year ago, only 285 this season. But still put up 3.8 WAR because he also is very, very good defensively. Casey Schmidt, just doing Casey Schmidt things. 3.7 WAR. We may, depending on what he wants when we get to the offseason, may talk to him about bringing him back. Junior Garcia's first season as a member of the Cubs did what we needed him to do. 35 home runs, 114 runs knocked in, 3.2 WAR. Hit 260. That's totally fine from our DH position. Dakota, Katowski. Average was way down. Hit 219 this year, but still put up almost an 800 OPS. 39 home runs, 117 RBIs. Somebody in one of the comments in my channel said that he's basically Kyle Schwarber, and I would agree with that. He's Schwarber, but better defensively. So he was slightly below average defensively, but no issues whatsoever. Drew Burris' rookie campaign, not bad. 87 OPS plus, 2.1 WAR, drove in 56 runs, and was really good out in center field. Maybe not Pete Crow Armstrong good, but still really good out in center field. You know, you get, 80% of what we got for PCA at a fraction of the cost. Carter Smith came up and was really, really good. Stuck him at second base because he was hitting. I mean, you look at the numbers he put up, and I didn't mean to clear my throat into the mic. I apologize for that. But he hit really, really well. I mean, he's a dark horse for that starting position at second base next year. If that bat develops just a little bit more, he was terrific. Bregman brought him back at the deadline. 736 OPS. He was fine. Not great, but fine. Mikey Romero had a bit of a down season. That contact is now down to a 60. That was a 65 or 70. He's still a productive hitter, 106 OPS plus, but I mean, more of a slap singles guy now, and he's fragile. So he might not be our starting second baseman next season, but that's a future Aaron problem. RJ Mayer continues to just do RJ Mayer stuff. The bat has been really up and down. He did have his best season this season with the bat of 664 OPS, but again, just unbelievable in center field. Aaron Sabato, he was really good. He finally got a legit big league shot this year after spending almost a decade in the minors, and he hit 286, 425, 05. Those are good ratings especially against, well, I guess they're the same against lefties and righties. So he's going to give you some power. He's going to give you a good eye, and the average should be high enough. Brad Hall is tired because our backup catcher is JT Realmuto, and JT's really bad. Not great with the bat this season, 51 OPS plus, but a great Sarah, and a really good frame rate. I mean, he's fantastic. Again, 80% of what we got of what of what we were getting out of Drew Romo for a fraction of the cost, and then Corona and Rio Muto were our last two. Bats, pitching wise, Benicio, he bounced back last season. I don't want to call last season a lost season because he still put up a 112 ERA plus, and I mean he still was really good once we got him out of the starters role. But back to his normal self, 90 games this year, 132 innings, 185 strikeouts, 5.5 WAR out of a reliever. Santana won 17 games this year after winning 4 a year ago. He's going to get expensive, but we should be able to afford it. Contreras had his best season, frankly, 13 and 11, 314. Struck out over 200. Fulton and Burrows been both really good. Jackson Phipps was fine as our fourth starter. He settled down as the season went on. You can see struggled a bit in April, was good in May, struggled in June, July, August, September, and October. He was fine. Led the National League in walks, but kind of knew that might be a thing. Walked 91 batters this season. And then the rest of our bullpen was good. And then Paul Skeens, who we brought in at the deadline, was terrific. 6-2, 3.47 for us out of our 5 spot. So that's kind of the way things went from a statistical standpoint. And it's time for the playoffs. So we got to set our playoff roster. And I don't think there's anything we need to do. We need to, in the next playoff round, go back to Corbin. But I think otherwise our bullpen is set. Yeah, our team is set basically the way we want it to be. So we just need to get to the next round. All right, so we're taking on the Angels. Sorry, just dealing with a text message here. All right. So, pitching staff. We have to set our pitching. So, we're going to take Flores out, and we'll go Santana, Contreras, Phipps, and Skeens. Not the best rotation. I mean, I think, Santana's fine. Santana's not more than fine. Santana's awesome. Yeah, I mean, Santana's great. Contreras is really good. Phipps was fine, and Skeens was really good after we brought him up. So, or after we traded for him, rather. So, I think we just kind of bump everybody up an inning. Yeah, and we'll see how it goes. Hopefully we get through this series. Oh, we got to look at We got to look at the Angels. Or that's the Angels. We forgot what league I was playing. Forgot what series I was playing. This is the Dodgers, not the Angels. 85 and 77 were the Dodgers this season. We got PCA batting leadoff for them. Yeah, he was better than Burris, but not by that much. And for $14.5 million, I think we made the right move. A lot of 20 home run hitters in their lineup. Nobody that's really elite. I mean, Mookie's still hanging in there. Put up 4 wins this year. Josh Jung is their starting third baseman. Joey, yeah, I mean, they're okay. They're okay. Bobby Miller He's hurt. He looks pretty good. Yeah, I mean, they look all right. Oh, this guy looks good. Jeffrey Amparo, 26-year-old, a minor league free agent signing. I got to sign a minor leaguer like that. Wow. But usually this is the kind of thing, especially if you've watched my my White Sox play through at this point. These are the kind of series that we'll lose in 5 games, right? You know, we are 102-60. The Dodgers were 85-77, yeah, we'll see how it goes. Game 1, it goes to the Dodgers. They beat us 5-0. I think we can all see how this is going to go. Pete Crow Armstrong with a 3-run home run to get back at his former team, Santana. 17-game winner doesn't make it out of the second inning. Game 2 is Dustin May, gets the start against Efren Contreras. The series is tied at 1. So we were down 3-1 going into the 7th. We scored 3 in the bottom of the 7th inning. Garcia 2 for 3 with an RBI. Bregman drives in a couple. Contreras goes 6. Vinicio pitches the final 3. All right, so now we got to win a game in L.A. Jackson Phipps against David Carmona. And now Burns is unclear. That's not good. That's not good. Dodgers lead 2-1. We lose 2-1. Not a bad pitching outing from Phipps. Well, 4 innings, 2 runs. Not great. Burris with a home run. So we got to win 2 in a row. And we got the trade deadline acquisition, Paul Skeens, on the hill to try to save our season here against David Carmona. And we lose 3-1. No surprise whatsoever. That is how the game works. Pete Crow Armstrong named the series MVP against his former club. So that sucks. I don't know how much different it would have been given if we had Burns, given that wasn't really our pitching staff. We scored 8 runs in 4 games. So it wasn't our pitching staff. Or no, we scored more than that. 11. Not much better. Scored 11 runs in 5 games. So it wasn't our pitching staff. So I don't know what Corbin Burns could have done. It was our offense. Our offense crapped the bed. There's no other way to put it. So, all right. Well, that was a quick postseason, guys. Not what I wanted. But here we are. So let's get into our postseason stuff. That was a disappointing end to the season. We won 102 games. I was expecting big things in the postseason, and it wasn't to be. Looking for pitchers that I don't mind. Wilson Pies. Yeah, I mean, we'll invite both of these guys. I've kind of been leaning more towards not inviting anybody who is asking for $3 or $4 million, because that's going to wipe out your budget with that one player. So I've been leaning more towards, players that are looking for, $2 million or less. Now I will make exceptions when there's, a potential elite bat in there. There's some good names here. Well, I mean, at least there's a couple. But again, if we go after someone like Miranda, which would be justifiable, it's going to require our entire budget, and then we won't have any more money to spend elsewhere. Catcher, no, yeah, not. I think we go with what I have listed here. It was only a handful, right? Yeah. 3 pitchers, 2 center fielders. We will run practice. We'll keep an eye on the league interest, but I have a feeling this might be a one and done type international amateur where we sign one player and kind of throw all of our money at that one player and call it a day. All right, well, let's keep going. Man, that stinks. It's always a little frustrating when you and I haven't played in like 3 or 4 days at this point, coming in and is excited for the postseason and thinking, all right, well we can survive, a week and a half without Corbin Burnes, and again, it wasn't Corbin Burnes that caused us to lose. Now Burnes is eligible to come off the DL. Too little. Again, I say too little, too late. But again, it wasn't missing Corbin Burnes that caused us to lose in the first round. So the Red Sox and the Nationals. The Red Sox and the Nationals. Let's look at the Nationals real quick. Yeah, they had Jose Ferrer, who was that big free agent who went 19-0 a couple of years ago. 7.5 WAR this year. I mean, that's a bargain for $22 million. I mean, it really is. 40 home runs for Lau. Jaden Lamoth, 27 home runs. They got a good pitching staff. Wow. James Nesta making the league minimum. Won 17 games this season. And Logan Webb at 33 years old, still plugging away. All right. Now let's see if the Nats can finish this thing off. They're up 2-0 right now on the Sox, 3-0, and they sweep. So the Washington Nats, I love it. I love it when a new team wins, right? When it's not the Dodgers or the Padres, and I mean, I think we're far enough into this world, right, where you start to see some unusual teams start to be good. All right, so season's over. The Nationals are the champions. What do we got to do? We look at our mail first before we do anything. Great season, new budget, $200 million. What does that do for us financially? Wow, gives us a lot of money this year and even more next season. So before we do anything, let's bump this up to $25 million. And let's bump this to 36. Arbitration. Can't offer a comp pick to Casey Schmidt. He wants 4 years, $23 million. Let's see if we can save some money here first elsewhere. So Contreras wants 5. He's 30. So I'm not crazy about offering him a long-term deal. So 4.8 there. Wilmer Flores listed as a starter. Could be a swingman for us, but I think at 4.6, I think there's, especially if we have to move on from a starter, like if Corbin Burnes goes in the tank or something like that. Phipps wants 4.8. We'll get back to Santana here in a second. Sean Burke wants 2.4. We'll give him 2.3. Like to see, not 23 million. We'll see if we can get Santana to take less than $20 million. Osiris Herman, he was really good for us last year as well. Mikey Romero, Corona at 1.7, RJ Mayer at 3.6. I think RJ's probably still a good value. At 3.45. Corona. Let's talk to Campbell. He wants 10. He's 27. I take 4 years at would he do something like that? He wouldn't. All right, so he only wants the 1 year right now, so that's fine. 9.5. 9.6. You got to remember, we have a lot of money to spend in next season. So it might make sense to talk to someone like Santana who wants $20 million this year. Give him like 18 this year. Give him like 27.5 next season. 25 and 25. Nope. All right, so let's give him 20. Let's bump this up to 30 next year. And then 26.5. And then 24. He only wants the 1 year. Okay. So he wants 1 year. So let's just offer him 1 year at 20. All right. The $18 million. I mean, I hate paying relievers this much, but he might be worth it. So he wants 1 year. So what if we gave him 3? And the first year was 18. Second year was 22. Third year is 20. He only wants the 1 year as well. 18. All right. So bring him back at 17.75. And then let's see what options are out there for Romero. I don't really know what it is I'm looking for, but we may need a new third baseman. That's something to keep in mind. We've got that kid in the minors, but he wasn't particularly good. A lot of mid-50s relievers, which I have no interest in. Andy Rodriguez, no. Jordan Walker, meh. And not a lot here that is... Dylan Cruz has had... I mean, he's trending in the wrong direction, that's for sure. His ratings look like they've held pretty strong, but... I mean, is it possible that we just move on? We just non-tender Mikey Romero and go with Carter Smith at second base? Yeah, there's just nothing there. Santiago Arellano, no. He's young, so I thought it was at least worth looking at. Let's do this. All players. Aguirre. Meh. Huh. And what do we have to replace Corona if we move on there? Oh, Necker's going to be up next year. Right. Oh, what dropped? Did his eye just drop? Yeah, the potential eye just dipped. It's gone up and down, so hopefully it bounces back again. So I think withdraw there. And believe it or not, I think we're going to withdraw here. It's hard. All right, anything we can do with any of these guys? Yeah, it's a lot of money. A lot of money for some of these pitchers. One thing I want to do. Let's come here, and offer all of them minor league contracts. What's upcoming in free agency? I guess we could look at that, and that might help me determine what I want to do with some of these other players. We got Corbin Carroll. Acuna might be an option at third base. I mean, he's likely going to require a comp pick. I mean, there's nothing here that's... I mean, it might make more sense just to re-sign Schmidt. What does he want? 4 years at $23 million. So Necker's going to be up next season. Cabrera, I mean, that glove is so good. I mean, he ended up okay in AAA. I think we just go with Cabrera next season and hope that there's development in the off season. Do we go with Carter Smith at second base? I think we do. I can't imagine he's going to put up numbers anywhere close to that. Or do we leave Carter Smith as our backup middle infielder? Because right now, that's something we don't have. Sabato will be the backup corner guy. I think we re-sign Romero. 5'6", so 5'4". Yeah, all right. All right, let's... Nunez wants a lot of money. How much did Skeens want? 2.4. 2.4 for 4. Yeah, I don't want to pay him that long. Bregman wants 4 at 11. Let's get to free agency. Let's get to free agency with these guys, and we'll see. I'd have to think that maybe we can get a 31-year-old Schmidt back at a cheaper price than what he's asking for. Same with Bregman, given that he only went for 5.5 this past season. So let's go ahead and do some simming. Let's get up to the Gold Glove. So we're going to get answers from all of these minor leaguers that we offered contracts to, with them telling us they're not interested. German signs, Phipps signs, Burke signs, Contreras signs, fans like that. Vinicio signed, fans like that. Santana signed, fans like that. Campbell. Are we up to 100? Yeah, we are. All right. Let's keep going. And the amazing thing is that while we love Casey Schmidt, he's only, I think, listed as popular. Oh, he is up to extremely popular now. Oh, hell. All right. Bregman is extremely popular. Skeens is insignificant. Nunez is extremely popular. Lauer's extremely popular. Fulton's very popular. Burrows is extremely popular. This could be an issue. This could we could see some real hits. We're gonna lose Schwellenbach as well, who's also very popular. So this could hurt. This could hurt. But at least we're at 100 right now, so we're at the best we can be at, and we should have plenty of money to make some other moves elsewhere. There's your AL Gold Gloves. In the NL, Bregman and Casey Schmidt wins the Gold Glove. Oops. Can we do 3 years? What about 3 years at 20? He wants that 4th year. All right, we're just going to have to wait. We're just going to have to wait. Nick Sweeney is your reliever of the year in the AL, and no surprise, Vinicio is your reliever in the NL. Platinum Sticks, you see your American League Silver Slugger. And in the NL, Garcia wins it at DH, and that's it. AL Rookie of the Year, Emmanuel Bonilla of the Blue Jays. And in the NL, Chris Norwood of the Cardinals. Yeah, he was okay. Should be Manager of the Year now. Edgar Perez for the Red Sox and Bob Henley for the Nats. And Vinicio wins the Cy Young. Esmeralyn Vinicio wins the Cy Young as a reliever. 5.5 WAR. Very good. Very, very good. And the MVP. And the AL goes to Jonathan Clase. And Billy Monroe of the Phillies. Holy heck. Look at those ratings, man. Phillies had 1-2. Monroe and Riley Green. All right. We don't have any arbitration hearings. We'll get to free agency. And we may end up just bringing all of our own players back if there are no other options. Because I think all we need is... He wants $11 million. Wow. All we need is a backup catcher. He wants 13. Gao Yamashita. Really good defensively. We'll get a scouting report on it. That's the thing, is I don't really need another outfielder. All right, what do we got for free agents? Yeah, it's all old, expensive players. So what do we have? $33 million to spend. If we look at our pitching staff, we got to go back in. We got Burns already. So we've got, right now, this is our starting rotation. So we do need some arms. We definitely need some arms. So we may just go back and bring back. I called up Harrison Alkins, by the way, and his control capped at a 35. So I figured it was just time to call him up and see what he could do. So we do need some arms. We're going to need a starter. Going to need a couple of bullpen arms. So maybe, or do we have anything in AAA? Well, I know we're calling Necker up. Calling Cabrera up. I don't think... I suppose we can call Stroutman up. But still, yeah, not a ton there. ATN was our top pick a year ago. Hit pretty well in high A ball. Gets sidetracked. And then from a lineup perspective, we've got Hall at catcher. We're going to have Necker at first. Romero will be at second. Campbell at short. Right now it's Cabrera at third. Katowski in left. Burris in center. Torres in right. Yeah, I mean, our starting lineup is basically set. Carter Smith will be the backup infielder. RJ Mayer is the backup fielder. So we need a backup catcher and we need some pitchers. And that's really it. I mean, I wouldn't mind bringing in another bat, but... Wow. Demand just went to... Okay. We take that. Oops. Oh, that's a reasonable contract. 4 years, that's 2040. It's what, $75 million for 4 years? Let's look at pitchers first. I mean, we know it's there, so I can go back and I can do it. Let's get off popularity. Shivili only wants 2.2. Yes, please. Yes, please. Eduardo Nunez. What does he want now? 3 years. Can we go 2 years at 8? No, he wants that third season. I mean, I might still go back to it. Burroughs, Fulton. Yeah, these guys were all my guys. He wants 24 million. Well, we're not bringing him back. Burroughs wants 12. We're likely not bringing him back for that kind of money. Marinaccio at 4.2. Bring Brash back for a third time at $10 million. Devin Williams is at 16. Rudsindo, he looks okay. He's extremely popular, but he's fragile. Alcantara wants 12. We do need another starting pitcher. And if we can get him for 1 year... give him 1 year at 12. We give him 1 year at 10. Okay, so it's back. Okay. I'm afraid that the ratings drop. And we need another starter. We need another starter. And I think part of the reason we have so much money is because both Vinicio and Santana's contracts are up next season. So that's something we will have to consider. Oops. Marnaccio's 35. One year, 3.8. Okay. And then do we go after Alcantara for 1 year at 10? I think, or 1 year at 12. I mean, I think I'm okay with that. So Marinaccio, Alcantara, Shivili. And then if we look at our front office, yeah, Santana, Vinicio, and Katowski. Oh boy, okay. Okay, well, that's not happening. Oh, okay. Yep. Yep. I'm good with that. And I'm good with that. So get Santana and Vinicio both locked up. Campbell wants 15 next season. Okay. Okay, so we're going to have some money to play with next year. Jalen Beeks wants 15 million. Let's do it this way. Let's see what they're looking at here. Let's see what they're looking at for demands. Giovanni Moran only wants $1 million. Yep, I'll sign him. Like, why not? Ryan Costu. He could be a starter. Only wants $2 million. I think we'll start with that. And that probably means that we're out of the running on Casey Schmidt. Problem is, Casey, I can't give you more than $11 million now next season. Yeah. I can't give you more than the $11 million at the moment unless... What was his range? Is it feasible that... I have an idea. If we trade Romero, then next season Cabrera could play second for us while we wait for Schmidt's ratings to drop. So let's see what we can get here for... Pick up Dario Peralta. That might not be bad. That doesn't save us any money, though. That's the problem. I'm looking to save us money. Brady Disbro. Jonathan Edwards, we could get him back from Atlanta. You want Ernesto Figueroa? Nope. So in order to bring back Schmidt, I need to trade Romero. That's what we're dealing with here, right? That's the salary I need to move. I think. Yeah. I think that's the contract I need to move. And I would rather not trade him to Atlanta if I can help it. Atlanta's making us the best offers, but I'd rather not trade him to Atlanta. I mean, do we just trade him for Disbro? I think so. And then we can go back and talk to... Where did he go? Disbro for Mikey Romero. Kansas City cannot afford it. This game sometimes, man. Judd Fabian. All of a sudden, nobody can afford him. Risquiel Teneo. It's looking more and more like I should have just non-tendered. But that's okay. It's fine. Let's just do that. So Vinicio signs his contract, Santana signs his contract, and Ernesto Carbajal. That's fine. Fans don't like Mikey Romero going away. Not a problem. But now we should be able to come back in here and go to our boy Casey. So we wanted 4 years. Can we do that? Ratings haven't dropped. They've stayed steady the last couple of seasons. Yep, let's do that. 4 years, $71 million for Casey Schmidt. Marinaccio, Moran, Alcantara, Shavilli are all upcoming. So let's sim here a bit. And we got to go into international, run practice. Yeah, all of these guys are going to be... It's going to be a one and done, I think. So it's going to come down to, whether we want the Whether we want, really, I think it's between Machi and looks like Miranda's ratings are holding up a little bit better as we do more scouting. So, Mike's probably going to be Wilson Miranda. Let's get up to the winter meeting. Mariners want to trade us Roman Martin for RJ Mayer, Juan Portillo, and Harrison Alkins. Nope. I mean, he's not terrible. I like the I and avoid K. He's decent enough defensively, but nope. He's getting another. I can't afford that. Okay. Now, it looks like we are going to be without Casey Schmidt going forward. It does mean that we may need a replacement. No compensation for Acuna. I mean, he put together a handful of good years as well. Struggled this past season, but has some speed, which is something that Schmidt doesn't. He can play second base. It's an option. Dames. Oh, that's right. We had him in 2029, and he was not good with us. Hit 30 home runs last season, though, with Philadelphia. Cal Conley, no. Garcia, no. Shoji we were looking at the deadline. So he still wants 11. Does that number come down on Tota? No one's offered him a contract yet. I think we hold off. This might be... I mean, maybe he's our starting second baseman next year. He can't hit. Maybe he's our starting second baseman. I like the idea of bringing in Acuna. Yamashita, really good against lefties, can't really hit righties. I mean, I guess he can hit righties okay. That's not great, though. What would that do? Like, if we brought in... He wants $13 million. I can't sign all of them. I have to hope that maybe... Yeah, no one's offered him a contract yet either. So maybe we can... Let's get to the winter meetings. All right, so we signed Marinaccio, fans like that. We signed Moran, fans like that. We took a fan hit, excuse me, from losing Fulton. But I think we're still at 100. We are still at 100. And I think we have rebuilt our pitching staff. Shivili is a reliever. Comes back to Chicago after a year and a half with us. And have him in there as a bullpen arm. Yeah, 70, 65, 50. I mean, he could be a starter. But, I mean, he's better as a reliever. But we've got him now for $2 million this season. We bring in Moran, who's also listed as a starter. So I think we are good now. I don't even think we need... I don't even think we need this offer anymore. Because that will now give us money to... that may give us some money to sign 2 of those 3 players that we were looking at. Maybe we can sign both Angel and either Yamashita or Tota. I think we have to sign Tota. That defense is just too good. But 3 years... 3 years, $27 million. So if we do, let's do it this way. Let's do 5. I'm gonna try to. We do something like that. No, 9, 10, 12. Yamashita can hit lefties. He can't hit righties. What would that do from an outfield perspective? So, Torres, Burris, Katowski. He can play center. I think it moves Torres to the bench against lefties. Because Garcia's our DH. He wants us a lot of money for a platoon bat, though, right? $13 million. Is that what he wanted? It's up to 14 now. It's a lot of money for a platoon bat. All right, let's start with Acuna. Ooh, 7 years. I'm not crazy about 7 years. 3 years at 15. He's okay with 3 years at $15 million. What does his defense look like? I mean, it looks fine. I mean, it's slightly below average, but are his ratings I don't think his ratings are really any worse than Schmidt's. They've been playing him out of position at third, or at short, rather. It's above average in 2029, and then they had him at shortstop prior to that. Below average in 2027, and then again, playing him out of position at shortstop. Because I think if we sign Tota, we don't then also need Acuna. Although we're bringing Necker in, right? So that gives us another power bat in the lineup to hopefully replace Casey's offense. He's got some speed. He's really good against... I don't know. I kind of like Acuna. I like Acuna at 15. Sure. 3 years, $45 million there. And now let's talk to Atsushudi. Oh, do I want to? I mean, that glove is so good. I think we do. That glove is so good. Let's do 8, 9, 10. Or 8, 10, 9. All right, let's do that. All right, let's get to the winter meetings now. We should be able to maintain... Guys, hang on just a second. All right. We're at the winter meetings. Who is on the block? Anybody of interest? Kyle Tucker. Tamar Johnson. Good speed. Bring Bo Bichette back. I'm good. Encarnacion Strand. Is it just a 1 year? It's 2 years. $14.5 million. We can't afford that right now. But that's interesting. What about pitchers? A couple of relievers. Any starters? Braxton Garrett. was actually good with the Marlins last season. Not at $35 million, though, thank you. Carlos Rodon, what's he making? $24 million. At just 1 year left? Yeah. Drew Rom. Wow. Give me a piece of that Drew Rom. For sure. All right. So what pieces do we have that we can trade for Drew Rom? I've noticed that if you have somebody on the block, or if a team has somebody on the block and you make a trade offer and they don't like your trade offer, they'll trade them to somebody else without even talking to you. So if I make an offer that they don't like, it's entirely possible that they just trade him to somebody else like the same day. Saw Gillen, the bat's still coming along. It's slow, but it's coming along. Madrigal, our third round pick in 29. Sechrist is slow. I mean, he looks okay. Let's try that. That was unexpected. Let's try this again. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen, but maybe we can fix it. Would you do it for Sechrist straight up? Would you do it for Flores straight up? Actually, I don't even want it straight up. Would you retain? Did they trade him? No, he's still there. Thought they may have traded him right away. Prospects, I'll give you Sechrist. It's Rom's contract, he's just a free agent, right? Yeah. I may have shot myself in the foot here. Okay, so we'll throw in Jim Coombe, and we will... Yeah, our trading reputation is really bad. So we'll give Wilmer Flores, who's making 4.4. Give up Mike Sechrist, a minor leaguer who... Ew, he looks good. I don't know that I want to give him up. Want Juan Portillo instead? Anybody here that I'm willing to part with? No, but we can discuss it again. I'm willing to add in other names. Do we need a backup catcher, or is this our backup catcher? No, he's not ready yet. He's got to get called up, but he's not ready yet. What about Joe Wolf? Burris, Sabato, Torres, Cabrera, Grant, Kearns, Eater, Chivilli, or Sechrist. They really want Sechrist. Rom looks really good, man. I just don't want to give up one of my top prospects for him. I would give you Corbett. Let's try that. It really is. They just want Sechrist. He's not a center fielder. All right, fine. Discuss the trade again. Fine. Corbett, him. Fine. Sechrist. Can I get you to retain a little bit more for Sechrist? Yes. All right. All right. So Flores, Mike Sechrist, and Jim Coombe for Jerome. Gives us another really good starter at the back of our rotation. Allows us to continue to deal from a position of strength. Let's go ahead and complete that deal. So the fans don't like losing Rom, but they like bringing, or they don't like losing Flores. They like bringing in Rom. That's cool. All right. So Rom will go in as our fifth starter. And I think that buys us the ability. What does he want for an extension? I mean, that's not an unreasonable extension. I mean, if he has a decent season, I mean, maybe we trade Phipps. Because we should probably see what Alkins has, right? I mean, that control's rough. But good stuff, good movement, 4 good pitches. He's got good stamina. What can we get for Jackson Phipps? Zavala? It's not a terrible contract. Having Killen. I mean, he can play all over the diamond. He can't. He's not great anywhere, but he could play second base. Chase Dollander, first overall pick. He got rushed by Pittsburgh. He was the first player. He got rushed by the Pirates terribly. I mean, he's been consistent. He's been a consistent starter. ERA in the 3s and 4s. I kind of like Gavin Killen. Where's he been playing mostly? We would have to play him. All over the infield during spring training. I mean, those numbers aren't fantastic, but the ratings are good. I mean, those are really good. I mean, that's what we're getting out of Mikey Romero, right? Phipps making 4.6. Yeah, I mean, he was just okay last year. In league average. Dollander feels like the better option. A little more consistent, maybe. Not going to walk as many batters, not going to strike as many batters out. Killen I like. What's that option on Dollander? Is it team? It's player. Do I hate Dollander at $12 million next season? I don't think I do. Outstanding slider plus fastball, a viable curve. His command combined with his pure stuff is enough to draw swings and misses. Can they retain? Would they do that? Doesn't really save us any money, but Cardenas, Smith, Raposo, Sabato, Del Soglio. and nobody I'm willing to give up. You guys are watching the gears grind in my head here, trying to sort this out. Let's get a scouting report. And San Diego was willing to trade Gavin Killen. What about Mullinax? Would you give me Mullinax? It's a stupid question, right? But if they're willing to give me Killen, who is a 60 overrated, or overrated, a 60 overall. What am I looking for? Phipps. Yeah, they're not going to give me him. I like Dollander better, I think. I like Dollander better, so let's get a scouting report. See what they say. Let's get up to Rule 5. All right, we're at the Rule 5. We have 234 messages. Why am I not deleting my emails? All right, there's the 55, 55, 50. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Let's go back and let's talk there, and we will throw you Jackson Phipps. And how much can you retain? Can you retain 50? That way you save a little bit of money this season, and we save a little bit of money next season. Anybody have to go on the 40-man? I don't think so. How's Bowling doing? He's hanging in there, man. Hanging in there. Guys, I gotta pause. I'll be right back. All right, we're back with the Rule 5, and it doesn't look overly impressive. In fact, I would say the best name on here is a former Cub. In Mike Downs. We traded him to Toronto. I mean, he's not good enough to make our team, so I'm not gonna take him. Pitching, yeah, there's nothing here. I think we will just go ahead and skip. We'll see if we get an answer from Pittsburgh here. We lost Alex Wells. Okay. I must have signed him last season. We got a sim ahead. Did we get an answer from... I don't think we've gotten an answer yet. Did we get an answer from Pittsburgh? All right, there we go. All right, so we can give you Leo Bolo, a 23-year-old in our minor leagues, and Jackson Phipps for Chase Dollander. Let's go ahead and do that. It doesn't really solve the problem that we had, right? Which was we've got too many starters. But I think Dollander is going to be a little bit safer bet, and he's only making $6 million for us next season. That's assuming he opts in. He may opt out, and it won't cost us anything next season. But again, a lot of pitchers in our a lot of good pitchers on our staff this season. Vinicio, Osiris German, or Herman probably, Marinaccio, Moran, Burke, Eater, Shavilli. I think we go into spring training with something like that. And having these extra pitchers also gives us a little bit of gives us a fallback plan in case Corbin Burns' ratings drop. So he made it through the first season without any trouble. He's making $26 million each of the next couple of years, so we'll see how it goes. But as long as he can get through the 2031 season without a huge ratings drop, I think I'll be okay with it. So we got $6 million for this year. We got $73 million still on the books for next season. Katowski wanted just a stupid amount of money. That's not going to happen. Shavilli, let's just go ahead and lock that down now. Same thing with Moran, maybe? Yep. We'll only go 2 years on him because, well, he's... Oops. Oops. Yeah, so I screwed that up. All right. All right, that's fine. 2 years, 3.4 for Moran. Get those 2 contracts signed. Torres is up to 5. He's one of those players that I don't think is going to have a long-term career, I guess, with the Cubs. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if his gap power and his iron discipline were a 55, I could see it. He's really good defensively, but a 733 OPS out of a corner outfielder just isn't, especially a right fielder, just isn't enough for me. It's just not enough for me. So we don't have that offer out to... Tota likes our offer. We have $6 million left. Right, and we have an offer. Right, we have contract offers to Acuna and Tota. That's right. That is right. All right, so we lose Mike Burrows. Is our fan interest still at 100? It is. So that's good. Let's get to January. Moran signs his extension. Emerson Pitcher is a hitter. Interesting. There goes Casey Schmidt, signed with Atlanta. 4 years, 18.8. Fan interest at. So we lose Schmidt, and our fan interest drops to a 99. So we still need a backup catcher. That's something we haven't looked at. Free agent catchers. Could use one that can hit a little bit. Blake Mitchell looks okay. Jonah Heim. I think that's the answer. I think Jonah Heim is the guy. Rortvedt, you can't really field. Camposano looks all right. Dylan Dingler, I think that's 163 hitter. Blake Hunt. There's some decent options. Jonah Heim last season. I mean, he can't really hit, but none of these guys can. Blake Mitchell can hit a little bit. He can throw. The scouting report is on him as a pitcher. That's interesting. Rortvedt's probably the best bat of the bunch. Not great with the glove. He's also the most expensive. I think we go Dingler. Just because he's free. It's a $2 million contract. Sure. All right. We have to run practice. And I think it's Miranda. I think we just go to Miranda and we just dump our full amount onto Wilson Miranda. So let's get up to internationals. Who wants to talk to us? Alcantara. No, I'm good. So we lose Casey Schmidt. Angel Shavili signed his extension with us. We lose Casey Schmidt. Not great, but we sort of knew that was a potential thing. We signed Angel. He liked the contract. Tota liked the contract. So we're going to have the best defensive infield in the game. It's whether or not we're going to hit enough, which is always the thing with our team, right? Like, maybe we move Torres for. I mean, the hope is that Necker comes along and that he provides that pop. But what if we do something like this? Is there somebody out there who's a better hitter that isn't as good a fielder? John Shelton. Habimama Mostafa. That's a name, man. That is a name. That might not be a bad option, actually. He's got a lot of speed. He's actually a better outfielder than Torres is. Bat might not be quite as good. Just defeats the whole purpose, I guess. But all right, let's just get to international amateurs, and then I will figure out the corner outfield position, I think, offline. All right, international amateurs. We're going to make this short and sweet. I'm going to go to Wilson Miranda, go to him, and say, here is $5.6 million. And hopefully that's enough to sign him. Potential spam. I have no interest in answering your phone call. And it was. All right. So we just went all out with Wilson Miranda. Hurricane, 6'5", 180-pound left-handed hitting left fielder. High work ethic. I will take that. All right, let's just get up to preseason, and I will call it an episode. All right, so we don't get a bump to our budget. That's fine. Eduardo Nunez wants to come back and talk to us. Okay, so we signed Dingler. Let's put him on the active roster. Oh, minimum service time has been increased. Let's go. All right. So Nunez wants to talk to me again, huh? We only have $4 million, but maybe now that means that that's still really good against lefties. 8 years, $12 million. I will pass. Nunez wants 10. I can only give you 4. Alcantara wants 10. I can only give you 4. All right. So I think that's going to do it. So we bring in Luis Angel Acuna to be our starting third baseman, 3 years at $15 million. That gives Cabrera an opportunity to continue to develop in AAA. So he may start the season in AAA. Atsushi Toda, probably our starting second baseman, with Carter Smith as our backup middle infielder, or it's the other way around. It doesn't really matter. We'll see how they do. Bring in Dylan Dingler to be our backup catcher. Von Necker is going to get every opportunity to be our starting first baseman this season. Can hit a little bit against lefties, righties still coming along. Need that contact to end up at a 65. Like if these end up as his ratings, we'll be in good shape. But it's time to see what he has. From a pitching perspective, we don't look a ton different. Burns, Santana, Contreras at the top of our rotation. I brought in Chase Dollander, the former top overall pick from Pittsburgh. Drew Rom, kind of a one-year deal, ground baller, but he only wants $9 million. If he can give us 2 WAR and 110 ERA plus, I'll consider it. Vinicio signed long-term. Santana signed long-term. We bring in Marinaccio, Moran. We bring home Chivilli. So that is the team that will go into spring training. So that's going to do it, guys. Let me know what you thought of our offseason. I would say let me know what you thought of our postseason, but it was really, really quick. Let me know what you thought of my offseason, and I'll talk to everybody soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.